You guys good today?
What's up, Ryan?
Uh,
Just overall, just how'd you feel your defense played against Rutgers?
not good enough to win, obviously. We struggled to stop the run. Thought we were good on third downs. Obviously played a physical game. I thought we were flying around. We just couldn't get off the field enough. Didn't get any turnovers. Didn't do enough to win a ball game, obviously.
It seemed like Rutgers was able to get a lot on the edge there. What would you see is the issues of trying to get off the field when if Vedral especially seemed to get to the edge?
Yeah, kudos to them on they had a couple of scheme plays that were designed specifically to get out there. And then we just got to clean up some technique things with how we're playing on the edge that are easily correctable, easily fixed, problems that we can fix. So I'm not overly concerned about it. Just wish we'd have played a little bit different on Saturday. But still, there were a lot of good things on that tape. To come away not victorious was frustrating. I know our guys are frustrated, but at the same time, wanting to get back to work and being able to point out where we struggled and what the corrections are was a positive coming out of that game. And so looking forward to getting back into competition on Saturday.
And what are the challenges in Minnesota, especially with their O-line and their RPO game there?
Yeah, obviously they've done a great job. I got a lot of respect for Coach Fleck and what he's been able to accomplish since he's been there at Minnesota. Obviously very, very big up front, probably the biggest offensive line we'll see. They work really well together, not overly complicated with what they're doing, but they do it really, really well. Quarterback is very accurate, makes decisions on time. Receivers run crisp routes, always on the same page. They catch the ball really well. And then obviously their running backs have dealt with some adversity from an injuries perspective, but they've got a lot of capable guys. And to be honest, with how good they're playing up front, it don't really matter who you put back there. So our challenge for us is going to be at the line of scrimmage, obviously. And we got to do a good job, like you said, just setting the edge and containing the ball and keeping it in front of us in order to give us a chance to get in some more third and favorable down the distances to get off the field.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Ryan, Rutgers went for it on fourth down, I think 3 times, even though they weren't converting a lot on third down. What's the psychology for your defense? Is there any aspect where there's a little bit of deflation because they did their job for 3 downs and now they got to go back out there again, or is it's just field position and that's part of it?
No, it's just part of it. I don't think there's deflation. It's if anything, the intensity ramps up. 4th and 1 it's a challenging down and distance. And so it's just the strain, the grit, and the fight to try to get off the field on the 4th downs. We got to do a better job, obviously. And the 4th down that the freshman came in and completed. Kudos to him. And we talk about being in a high stress situation, pivotal point of the game, and we brought pressure that down and distance. Throwing a crossing route across his body to the field. I mean, that was a big boy throw and catch. You got to tip your hat to him in that situation. That's a big time play. And Sydney was right there, from a coverage standpoint. So, that one obviously was big. All of them are big, but kudos to the freshman for coming in and making that play.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, in the last couple of weeks, you've gone from struggling to get off the field on third down to getting a bunch of third down stops last week against Rutgers. Did something change in your preparation or in your coaching strategies to kind of alter that success in that area?
No, I mean, I think I think Penn State, we were also pretty good on third downs. Just it matters, what's the down and distance, right? Like 3rd and 6 or 7 is a lot easier to get off the field than 3rd and 2 or 3. Just the call sheet gets a little more exotic. The probability of knowing what you're gonna get gets higher. So it's just a product of being better on first and second down the last couple of weeks, in my opinion. Then our guys having a heightened awareness of the situation, where the sticks are, and film study and game plan prep.
And then to follow up, I know you guys place a ton of emphasis on winning first and third down in your program on both offense and defense, but how important is winning second down, especially on defense when you're trying to get off the field?
Yeah, second down is huge. It's the Coach B always says it's the most ignored down in football. And there are definitely tendencies. I think that's one area where, me personally coming here, I've grown more as a coordinator, is just paying attention to second down. Because you can treat them like their own entities based on tendencies you get from an offense. So every down is important. I don't think there's now my understanding of the game is there are no downs that are more important than the other. They all correlate.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Hey, Ryan, Devin continues to play at a pretty high level. Where have you seen the most growth in his game from the time you got your hands on him in December to where he's at now?
You're talking about Spoon, Devin? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
He brings the same amount of energy and juice every day. His confidence is through the roof. He's got the right makeup mentality to play the corner position. It's exactly what you want. I know Tank has done a great job with him in the weight room, just getting his body right and ready to play a Big Ten season. I think his practice habits are game day realities for us. And I just think he's been a consistent guy throughout the time that I've been here, just with the way he approaches every day.
And this might be a silly question, but we hear you say not good enough to win. I guess for you, like, how do you balance just objectively your defense that has been playing better in the last 6-7 weeks versus still not being enough to win games? I mean, do you take a moment to say, hey, in the terms of where we're going, we're starting to get there? Or is it just something maybe after the season? What's your approach?
The goal is to win a game. So if we don't win a game, it's not good enough. It's not, in my opinion, like the participation award that's not what we're after. You know what I mean? We all came here to win games. I think all of us are competitors, both in the coaching offices or in the locker room. And so, when you come away from a game and you're not in the winners column, that it stings, it hurts, and it's not good enough. And so, we'll take a look at the end of the season on where we're at in terms of, did we improve throughout the year defensively? But the improvement isn't good enough. I mean, we gotta start winning games.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yep.
Hey, Coach. I was curious if there's a different type of scheme that gives you more trouble than another. Specifically dual threat quarterback versus a pro style guy. Is the preparation different, and has your team responded to those type of offenses differently?
Yeah, I mean, I think dual threat versus pro style. I think that affects everybody across the country. You know what I mean? It is harder, and you gotta be more in tune when the offense makes you play with all 11. A lot of times pro style guys, you can steal a player here and there to go help or double team or put a roof on the defense. When you got a guy that's back there that can pull it and create an extra gap, you got to play with all 11 players. So those are more challenging. We've definitely got answers to limit the quarterback run game, but that means you're in a one-on-one situation somewhere else. And so that's why you're starting to see trends across the country where guys are getting more athletic back there. Not only in the college game, but at the next level as well.
And just real quick, what do you expect Minnesota to throw at you in those regards? Do they have a quarterback that runs the ball?
Yeah, they do. Number 12 comes in there, and he's almost like a wildcat quarterback. They do a lot of run game with him, especially in short yardage situations. But I expect Minnesota to do what Minnesota's done, to have the record that they have, and that's get big up front and try to get the ball downhill and lean on you.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Ryan, it seems like turnovers have been important for you guys the last 6 or 7 weeks. And when you get them, you seem to put yourself in a better position. How much are you stressing getting turnovers, or is that something that you guys talk about?
Yeah, we stress it all the time. You know, obviously I thought we had a couple opportunities, you know, the first play of the game. It's like, man, you know, if it's originally called the other way, then it's our ball, you know. And then, you know, Kalen had an opportunity there, you know, to make a he got, you know, his hands on the ball in a quick game situation. We got a ball tipped. He just didn't fall for us. And, you know, so, you know, they're gonna come. I'm not too concerned about it because we're getting there. We just got to come up with them and catch the ones that they throw to us and have the ball bounce our way, you know, a time or two, and we'll be right where we want to be.
Ryan, I know it's only about a half dozen snaps in the last couple of games, but is there something you or Kevin have seen out of Bryce Barnes that have allowed you to trust him enough to give him an opportunity to put him on the field these last couple of weeks after the bye? Yeah,
you know, he's consistent in practice. You know, he understands exactly what we want to do from a schematic standpoint. He's going to give you everything he's got from an effort standpoint, and he's got some intangibles as well that not only the staff but the guys on the field also trust him.
Thanks, Ryan.
Good.